Peace and love always. Hello, everybody.
A lot of times, if you're highly sensitive and you don't accept your emotions, when you know, any form of addiction, whether it's drinking, drugs, sex, even
chocolate.
Okay, that's not that bad. I'll let you get away with that one. I love it. Yes, if I was addicted to something, it would be chocolate. But it's like they are using that because they don't want to feel. They're scared. It's like addiction to me is a fear of feeling. Fear of feeling.
And so you kind of block it out, you numb yourself so you don't feel anything, and it's just like, oh, what problems?
Right.
I forgot about those problems that I created. I forgot about the stress that I have and this and that, because I was, numbing myself.
Yeah.
That's true. So I feel like, sorry, I'm just readjusting myself. I feel like people who commit like suicide or who are really depressed and have anxiety, a lot of them I feel like are just really, really sensitive, especially people who have like anxiety and they maybe can't leave their house because they're scared to be around other people. You think they're really highly sensitive?
That's not a determining factor. I would say, we have the people who commit suicide. I would say a portion of them are probably highly sensitive, and then a portion of them are not. But I don't have actual research behind that.
Yeah.
But I would say that anyone could have anxiety. Anyone can have depression. But it's an interesting point that you bring up. That for the people who commit suicide, and for the people who have anxiety, and the people who have depression or mental illness, right? I wonder what population of them are biologically highly sensitive people because they're wired differently, right?
Yeah. We need some testing on that because I really don't know. I don't think there's any studies on that.
And it's not like we can say all the mentally ill people are highly sensitive. That's not what determines it. Yeah.
I think too that we kind of the term mental illness has changed in the last 100 years. I don't know if you ever saw something where they said that people used to get locked away for the craziest things, that doesn't make you crazy, just stuff that was like
hysteria in women.
Yeah.
Where they're like, oh, you're crazy, and it's because they had sexual desires or
a lot of just stuff that shouldn't be. It's a long list. I saw this list. It was really long and I couldn't believe it.
Oh my god, these women are crazy. Let's
because they're women.
Shock their brains, exactly, right? Because they have PMS, they're on their menstrual cycle.
Oh, actually, okay, so that just brings me to a point I was thinking about before. What about guys that feel sensitive? Can you guys see me? Okay. What about guys who feel sensitive? I feel like guys with a lot, not all men, obviously, I'm not stereotyping, but a lot of men, it's difficult for them to be in touch with their emotions, and they may be sensitive, but they might I don't know, ignore it. Are there any signs for males specifically to know if they're highly sensitive?
So, actually, if you consider the 20% of population that are sensitive, it's half and half. Really? Men and women are both highly sensitive in equal amounts.
That makes sense.
But a lot of men hide that, right? Because of the shame of our society that tells you you can't cry and you can't feel, and but a lot of the men that I work with in my virtual community with my mentoring program, they're people who they've accepted their sensitivity, and the people around them know oh yeah, they're a highly sensitive person. And sometimes my one community member shared that when his friend's baby was born, he just cried, and he was so happy for his friend because he could remember the day his children were born. And the wife was like, I didn't really feel that, in the same way. And so even though, and you think, oh, she's a woman, but she wasn't a highly sensitive woman. So she didn't have such a deep, a reaction emotionally than he did.
Yeah.
But I also want to say that highly sensitive people are not just introverts, right? You think they want to retreat, they're shy, right? It's not high sensitivity. There's actually, I think the number is 10%. Don't quote me on that. You have to go to Elaine Aaron. Her website is hsperson.com. She's the one who's doing all the research on it. Really, she's a self-test to kind of give yourself an assessment to see if you're a highly sensitive person. So I would check that out. But about as I said, 10%, maybe less, maybe more. I think it's less. But they're extroverts, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
So surprising.
Yeah. So people
position again.
love to be around people, talk to people. You know,
And
they're very
sensitive.
outgoing and they're highly sensitive. The only thing is that they need that time later to process.
I think it kind of sounds like me a little bit.
I would say so.
Yeah. Because I do like to be around people, but then I do need my time to like.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need my time. I was explaining this to somebody earlier, and I was like, no, I need like to recharge my internal battery because sometimes it gets like drained when I'm around too many people for so long. But yeah. So, what else was I gonna say? Is there anything else that you would like to bring up? Where can they find you, by the way?
Yep. So I have a lot of videos on YouTube. So if you really want to see me in action, I mean, I have a lot of great free stuff out there on YouTube. You could even go to my blog with all my videos. That is synchronizewithin.com.
It'll be right here.
Yes. Synchronizewithin.com. synchronizeze.com. Or within.com. Sometimes hard people will spell synchronize, but I'm like, oh, they'll figure it out.
Especially if they're meant to synchronize their lives.
Exactly. If they want to know how to if you want to know how to synchronize your life, you come talk to me. I tend to work with high sensation seeking, highly sensitive people, which is another thing. Maybe I'll close it up with.
Yeah.
But so there's a portion of highly sensitive people who are high sensation seeking. So that means that we like to travel. Maybe we like to party. We like to go dancing. You know. We like things, you know, a lot of newness, right? We like new experiences and learning and growing, and it's like kind of like that shiny object syndrome. Like we can get caught in that. That's one of the shadows. It's just like jumping from the one new thing to the next. But I would say for me, it's like I like to go out, I like to dance, but then with high sensation seekers, you have to know your limit, right? You have to know when they had enough and it's time to go home.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're gonna crash, and you know you're gonna just live on that adrenal fatigue. So I'm a high sensation seeker. You probably are, because I know you like to travel, you know, and you're extroverted. So it's like typically you wouldn't look at us and be like, oh, you're highly sensitive, you know. But actually, yes, it's the way we are processing things internally that makes us more sensitive.
Yeah, so it's not the external, it's the internal. That's why you can't tell, because it's not like
can't judge. Yeah.
You never know. Well, thank you so much, Karina, for letting me film this while we're at the beach watching the sunset, which is like gone now. But yeah, I put her links below and here again, so you can check her out. And I want to thank you guys for watching. If you like this video, go ahead and subscribe, like, share, tag a friend, share it on Facebook and the interwebs, and yeah, just share the love. Thank you so much for the good vibes, and I'll see you guys next week.